Indeed.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And if anyone gets that terrible movie reference, then you deserve some upvotes.
Solden.
Oh, you gave it away. Well, okay, you didn't give away the movie.
Sorry.
Not really much. It is the Intel Extreme Masters here in Cologne. It is $50,000 on the line, $15,500 for the winner.
Absolutely.
As I mute my TV.
I didn't say the movie, so we can wait for people to say that.
Thanks for just interrupting. I know you're enjoying your movie reference, but let me do the intro, shall we? It is fnatic versus SK Telecom. You hear the noise. We are into the picks and bans. What are the bans going to be?
I really respect Olaf ban. I mean, Horror played Olaf jungle, amazing. And Reaper played Olaf top, amazing. So I really respect Olaf. I don't know about MF. I don't think MF deserves a ban, but let's see. Folomen is the same exactly bans as last game. Exactly the same bans.
They are happy with what they got last game, I think.
They didn't fear the Blitzcrank.
No.
Beep boop.
He did get that one amazing corner pull onto Mumu in the Dragon Pit. Didn't end up being that important other than, you know, making us here at the analysis desk very, very happy. We all did a little bit of a cheer there for that pull. That was a max range pull. It was beautiful. But yeah, it didn't really break the game as much as it did in the semis. And there it is.
MF ban.
Wow.
Deserved, I think.
We cannot do more of the gun.
But I think it's a deserve. You and me has been playing fantastically well. Really, you know, we have talked him up so much. We've been amazing. We've been amazing, ladies and gentlemen.
I was really confused when you said you and me were playing amazing. I was like, dear Demon, we didn't play at all.
Just so proud of your Aram performance last night.
Oh, Diana looked straight in.
Straight away. And okay, so what do you counter with it? Lee Sin being locked in again.
It's gonna be a cinch top lane if the Ghost stays on Reapit.
Cinch?
Yeah, I mean, if the... on Olaf, of course. So yeah, Olaf
can be Olaf jungle as well. Yeah. But Folomen, Horror has flash. So if Horror has flash, probably it's gonna be Olaf top. And we see Sona.
He could just be picking Olaf straight against Soaz on Lee Sin again. It worked so well last time. He was 1-4 at one point.
Actually, I think it was Lee Sin top against MF Sona.
Oh, well, yeah, kind of. They did switch around quite a bit.
Zyra, sorry.
Yeah. They did switch around after a while. There is the Zyra goat this time. So it is going to be end-rated on Zyra. Sona support. Can't have misfortune with him this time. What will he go with?
I'm really interested in see what is you and me going to play. Because last game with MF, he just destroyed every single team fight with that ultimate.
Yeah.
What is he going to play now? Is he going to play something like Caitlyn, really similar to MF, or going to play like different, something like Bane or Kog'Maw? Let's see. Folomen, Reckless, because Ezreal again open. Will he pick that again? I think Evan James told us that he played the whole game with Ezreal.
Yeah, the whole tournament. And there was a Caitlyn actually coming out of him there. Interesting. And the Amumu picked up for Cyanide. So the Amumu taken away from Horo. Are fnatic gonna go for a wombo combo? Then they have 2 or 3 parts. They have the 2 lockdown AoE ultimates. Now they need some AoE damage from something.
On mid, exactly.
On mid. What could that be?
Can be everything.
Give us some examples.
Oh, Kog'Maw locked in. So that's what you and me is going to play.
Kog'Maw is really good against this kind of combos. We have a lot of range and...
Dade is breaking out the Kazakhs in mid.
That's something...
Oh, no, it's going to be top. It's going to be Reaper at top.
Instantly, I saw Demon smiling.
I'm not going to lie, I've got a big grin. I'm quite liking this pick, but I'm not sure if it's going to get locked in. It is! It means it's going to be Reaper, and he has been rocking it all week long since Season 3, but now we are in the Season 2 patch, and he is going to make it. The question is, what will he use against it? Lee Sin's a massive counter top lane to Kazakhs.
I will vote maybe for TF.
Is that though going to be good enough for the
Orianna
combo?
Or even Orianna with a
Zyra, Amumu, Orianna.
We know Peck is
an amazing Orianna, yes, absolutely.
Orianna.
He did get it banned against him a lot of times this tournament already.
And that's a good combo as well. That's the
Amumu,
the Zyra, the Shockwave.
Ball on Amumu, exactly.
But let's see what it's gonna play. I will say Evan, Orianna, even what? We have
Zyra mid?
Yes.
Interesting. Zyra mid against Diana.
So we have again the beep bop.
Beep boop, indeed.
Beep bop.
So, and actually that works quite well because the Kog'Maw has no escape.
Yeah, but
Sona
the problem
has no escape.
Actually, the problem is that Fnatic team has nothing to get Kog'Maw at all. That's
nothing to
the
leap
problem.
past is what you're aiming at.
Yeah. It's true. Kog'Maw is going to be very
against
safe.
Kog'Maw, there are
Well,
some
you're
picks.
SOAS technically, but that's just one person.
Yes, still.
I'm intrigued how this top lane is going to work because Lee Sin is really hard counter to Kha'Zix. Normally, these are two top players of the world.
Yes.
You'd think that Reaper, picking into it, knows exactly what he's doing.
Of course, I mean, the main thing is SOAS has teleport. So in a 1v1, it used to win Reaper with that ignite. That's something we have to point. And my second point is again on Kog'Maw. I mean, there is not a single champion that can kill Kog'Maw from a Fnatic team. If they use dots, the Mumu ultimate, they have nothing to follow up. Because Lee Sin is not 100% sure going to kill Kog'Maw. So it's risky, I don't know. I think SK Telecom has better setup right now.
So you're thinking SK Telecom, Daniel?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I'm totally with Ara. I don't see how they can get to Kog'Maw. The only way that I see Fnatic winning this is deciding the game. Well, that or deciding the game before Kog'Maw hits that power level. Because early levels he's not that powerful. But I don't see that happening either, really.
I just see the key of this game is unrated Bebop.
N-rated Bebop, let's play who it is. Can SK Telecom close it out, or will it be Fnatic taking it to game 3? Joe and Jason going to bring us the action.
So here we go then, game number 2. As Cyanide leaves the game. Anticlimax.
So Joe, I think we should make it a game.
Let's try that one again.
Oh.
Game number 2 of SK Telecom versus Fnatic here in the Intel Extreme Masters Cologne. Scoreline, of course, is 1-0 in favor of SK Telecom. You see there, Reaper on his screen, just blowing the dust from his earphones.
I don't think that's dust, Joe.
Yeah, possibly not. But either way, just getting something fixed up here. It was Cyanide, right, that disconnected?
Actually, I believe that's happened before on him as well. A little weird, but Joe, could you hear the grin on Demon's face as well when they saw that Kha'Zix? I mean, when he saw it, he's like, Kha'Zix! All excited, like.
Demon's always excited to see a Kha'Zix, that's for sure. And for good reason. I mean, they made a good point there that Reaper picked that Kha'Zix after they locked in the SOAS and the Amumu. So obviously knows what he's doing here. Reaper feels like he can still win out that lane, which is a bold move against a talent as good as SOAS. We'll have to see how that one goes. Hopefully Cyanide's problems here will be fixed shortly.
Yeah, I can see he's actually just logging back in real quick.
Yeah.
So Joe,
login info on that piece of paper.
I guess real quick, who do you think actually has this game? I mean, we could probably talk about it a little bit in
I really hope Fnatic can pull through and give us a game 3, to be honest with you, but I still like the SK Telecom lineup once again. I mean, Diana is incredible.
Yeah.
In this patch, Diana is incredible. Horo's shown us, Reaper's even shown us that they can play Olaf to a massive level. And if there's one champion that can really just run through and not care about anything and go for the target he wants, well, it's obviously Olaf. Then you've got Kog'Maw. You and me obviously had his Misfortune banned out against him this time. That's what was the big question. Is it worth a ban, that Misfortune? Fnatic saying yes, and he's going to play Kog'Maw this time. Both AD carries actually running Cleanse here, we should point out as we go. But if you and me has a good start, farms well, and moves into that late game, then scary times. Because, as they rightly pointed out, there's not much to go through the SKT lineup and focus that Kog'Maw down. I mean, we saw SOAS doing it in the last game to Misfortune, but
it was a little too late.
It was a little too late. It didn't really make that much of a difference, did it, in the end?
Yeah, you killed Misfortune, then you still have Ryze available doing damage. You had Olaf at that time. It's just, they could not compete against that. And I wouldn't be too surprised to see a lane switch, Joe, because I know Blitzcrank and Caitlyn should be able to take out Kog'Maw and Sona with that, Kog'Maw obviously having no escape. But we are back into the game here.
Yep, and then Rater actually setting up here for a pull through the river. Oh, not quite landing that one. That would have been an interesting start, to say the least, but they've managed to get in on towards Mighty. There's a route coming down. Lee Sin flying in. First blood, SOAS. Starlath forced to flash over the wall. And there is the danger. Missed the pull, and he thought he was safe. He was wrong.
And that was an amazing combo. We saw Reckless actually put down that Caitlyn trap. Ryze and Mumu went in with the banish toss, caught him with the second stun. And Fnatic, I mean, in their semifinals, they got first blood every single game. Obviously, they did lose that game #1, but still off to a great start. SOAS going to have that early kill in the lane, picking up that cloth armor award and an extra health pot. But we do see him actually heading... Well, I don't even know which lane they're going to because they're all going down that mid lane, Joe.
I don't think they're finished with level 1 just yet. We're like not quite 130 into it, and they may even go for something else. I mean, Starlast, very low HP right from the very get-go. Looks like Olaf going to be starting off here on his Wraiths and then going down towards that red, and Mumu starting more standardly on the Wolves in towards the blue buff. And we are going to see that lane switch.
Yeah, so we're going to have Caitlyn and Blitzcrank against Kazakh's top lane, trying to shut down Reaper, which they did last game. They took away, his most played champions. They shut him down pretty much the entire game. However, he was obviously able to get in the game against Olaf. You can't really stop him too well, but we're going to see Sadid start off as blue, and so as at that bottom lane, I mean, how do you think he's going to fare down here? Because Kog'Maw has some really good harass with his range, and so does Sona. He's going to have a tough time.
Yeah, I think so too, but we also saw that in the last games as well, when Soaz was in a 1v2 as Reaper is going to get pulled in here. Is he going to be in trouble from it? Still has his flash available, and in the end just runs those pots. And that's the thing, they've not quite got enough damage there. He knew that the trap was actually taken by Caitlyn at level 1, so there was no danger of that Piltover Peacemaker coming over to really shred him down. But still, N-rated starting out as meant to go on here. 1 for 1, actually, since he missed at level 1, but it didn't matter because the rest of his team hit their skill shots.
And one thing we were talking about before earlier with SK Telecom, they're running a DPS jungler, and with that, when they do lane swaps, for instance, if Horo goes top lane, they easily can get a kill here, and that's the problem. If you look at onto Fnatic's side, if he ganks bot lane, it's going to be very hard for them to pick up a kill. Soaz can only do so much damage, but still, we are going to see you and me just pretty much zoning him away. And we're going to see Soaz, eventually go into his own jungle, pick up his wolves over and over, because obviously he'll have to farm under this turret. But we do see Sadid actually catching Horo there, and we'll be able to protect that lane. Trying to go for that, standard play of when it's, a 2v1 in top lane, you have the jungle come in, turn it into a 3v1 and pick up an early kill. Not going to land that pull, though.
Yeah, pull missed this time around, but you can see already they're trying to get that damage in on towards the tower, as we can probably expect from this situation. Horo is there though, but he's against 3, and with the pull, the knock-up, and Mumu going in, a trap then could get in position. Like, there's a lot of CC out of these 3 men in this top lane, so not something that they'll want to fight if they can avoid it. XPK actually playing very aggressive here in the middle on towards Mightily.
Yeah, he knows Olaf's in the top lane, so why not? I mean, he has that range advantage. He has great range with that Grasping Roots, and not to mention his Q. Why not take advantage of that, force melee to pop these health pots, which he's currently out of right now, as you see Soaz in the bottom lane, just trying to farm as much as possible. Currently sit on 8 CS, and look at that damage. I mean, that's just from Sona hitting with the Q, the auto attack, and Kog'Maw as well, and that's what I was talking about. He's in such a tough time down here. He's going to be forced out quite a bit. We just signed it, though, in the mid lane, waiting for a gank here. Doesn't land that bandage toss, but still, it did show his presence, and is going to make Miley, pretty much just sit under this tower. We do have Horo, though, coming around. Will be spotted by a ward.
Yeah, he's actually headed down towards this bottom lane. Looks like they want to get that whole 3-man gank on the bottom going on. So, as like I said, did have that ward there to give him the protection of knowing exactly if that 3-man gank was about to come collapsing in around him, and he will stay fine and dandy from that one. Top lane, Reaper actually ahead in the CS when you compare him over towards Soaz, 14 to 10. Grab not landing this time either from N-rated. Let's have a look at the tower damage here. That'd be Kazakhs. 1650 still left, as we are going to see Fnatic going in for the pressure. I'm just going to keep an eye on it in case something kind of changes around with this one. Reaper realizing, I think, well, my tower's starting to go low. I'm going to have to try and force them somehow away from this turret, because there's minion waves coming in. Reaper actually getting stunned there underneath the turret with the trap. Olaf coming in as well, but can they do anything with this one? Horo going to put in the ignite. Cyanide is actually waiting here at the side, so Horo may have a bit of a surprise if he decides to chase, which he doesn't. But again, Fnatic have 3 men up here. Zyra is coming up there as well, and they may just go for this dive. Nope, Zyra's headed off as well.
I should be able to secure this tower, though, which will be the first of the game, give him a nice gold advantage, because they're currently up 1,000 gold, which is nothing to laugh about when you're 5.5 minutes into the game. We do have Kazakhs, though, picking up that Doran's Blade and a ward and 3 health pots. And it wouldn't surprise me if
lose his tower, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he actually just headed down to that bottom lane, unless they do want to go for lane swap on the other side and send Soaz top. But then again, I mean, it's a Lee Sin versus Kazakhs. And I know Demon knows how hard it is to play against that. Because, your ultimate's useless. The stealth does nothing.
If I remember rightly, we've seen the game where Reaper pretty much just let his tower go at level 1.
Yeah, that was in the qualifiers.
Yeah.
He was running Evelyn that game. He let his tower actually go. I think it was at bot lane, if I'm not mistaken. And then from that, he just roamed around quite a bit, pushed the lane out, and was able to actually turn the game completely around.
Well, let's see if he can do something like this one, because, I mean, that gold lead is not bad whatsoever for 6.5 minutes in. Obviously, that first blood helping out as well, going over on towards Lee Sin. And we can see there a lot of wards being picked up by fnatic. A lot of wards at this stage of the game. So they obviously want to keep that vision high. May indicate a play plan somewhere in the near future. But I think Reckless and Enrated quite happy to just do as much damage to this turret as they can. Finally, you and me and Starlass are going to come down here, though, and we should get into a bit more of a normality.
Yeah, we do have... And I really want to pinch this top lane to see how Soaz does against Reap, and I'm sure Demon would be happy to see that as well. But we do see, in the meantime, Horo coming down the bot lane, trying to potentially go for a kill here. Does have that Ghost available, obviously no ultimate just yet. It's still a fnatic. They're AD carry and support doing very well. They're pushing really hard. They do... Wow. That looks so close on my screen. And you got away there pretty luckily.
Yeah, you don't want to get pulled out, that's for sure. Especially, you know, against that Caitlyn, who's going to pretty much destroy you if you get a trap underneath you in time with that knock-up coming down as well. So this lane, I mean, the CS between them 59 to 54. Kog'Maw does have the advantage on the farm front. In the top lane, they are now bang even. That's both with the Doran's Blade. Ninja Tabi finished, though, on Soaz. And we can see he's the one with the least health of it right now. I'm just waiting for this Sona to hit level 6. That's when they can really start to get things involved. Obviously, having that big crescendo coming out.
If Pink's actually coming down on that mid turret, you might even see a 4-man push there. They don't have a pink ward on them, but actually it looks like they are going to go for it, knowing that Diana and Olaf are both doing their blue. We even see Soaz coming down from that top lane to mid. And that's great map awareness. That was a great play.
Yeah, that's what happens when you got plenty of vision, which fnatic certainly had, dumping a good few of those wards out already. And that will be a 2,400 gold lead for fnatic, building up nicely for them. Good start to this one. As I said, in the after the first game, they had to keep their spirits high. It's a best of 3, so even losing one game, you're certainly not out, as they proved earlier on in the day against CJ Entus already.
Yeah, they definitely did that once today, and I was honestly a little bit surprised there because they really got stopped in game 1, but showing how great of a team they are, like you're just mentioning, you know, they got their composure back. We see in the mid lane, Miley is level 7, so he should be really aggressive here. We do have Sanagi taking his own red, has 1 GP10 now, and Zara building that Fiendish Codex, going to be going to the Theans and Holy Grail eventually, which, not a bad item. I mean, you have to survive Miley's damage.
Yeah, which is,
and as you see right there, how
easy
bad it is
whatsoever, as PK actually does land the root, but it's going to be ignited here. One more tick, there it is. Mightily gets the kill, and that's Diana for you. Unfortunately, that is Diana at this patch.
Oh, top lane
is very, very strong. And so as here in on towards Reaper is going to manage to kick him up. Reaper will jump away, and from that won't go down. Surprised to have not really seen Horo in there as much as we have. Reaper is going to get pushed down once again. The Ignite is running, and Soaz is going to have to back away because Horo is coming in. There is a reckless swing. And he just about got away from that one. Flash used as well out of Soaz to stay safe. Wisely as well, because Mightily was on his way up.
Yeah, great play by him actually there to know. I mean, if you looked at his abilities, he actually waited to see the flash. Pull not landing again. I think we've seen one pull land this game so far for Enrated, unfortunately for him.
And that's the thing about Blitzcrank, though. You only need one.
That's true. That's definitely true. And as the game progresses, obviously becomes more and more stronger. But still, I mean, we have boots ability done on Mumu at the moment. We have that chalice finally built up. You need that magic resist. I mean, Diana. You just say the name and everyone knows how you feel about that. We do have Senate coming down, though. We'll be spotted by a ward. A little bit surprised to not see, you know what, a little bit of an early Oracle, especially with all the vision they're trying to put down with the amount of wards they went for. But we do have Soaz going for that Brutalizer. fnatic, I mean, they're trying to make a play on the spot turret, which down to half health already. Nothing, not too bad for them. They already got that top turret. And it's Reckless. I mean, he's farming decently well, but he's keeping a lot of pressure on this Kog'Maw, really forcing him to farm under his turret. But we do have Mightily coming in.
Oh, actually going to get the pull down there. There comes the crescendo, cleansed away by Reckless. And there you see cleanse. Like, it's just saved his life there. I mean, Diana was going to get on top of him. He probably would have died from that one. So, just paying its dividends already, that cleanse for Reckless.
We do have Heart of Gold done on Horo. And he's actually one of the few Olaf jungles in Season 2. I mean, Nintendo Dex is the only other guy that comes into mind from the North America team. Not sure which team he's on anymore, but we have Expected forcing that ultimate out of him just to, you know, protect himself. But the Zyra pick not working too well for them just so far.
You see there in the top lane once again, Reaper being harassed a lot by Soaz. Mumu is now in this bottom lane as well, so I've got to keep an eye on that one. They just put a ward down in that tri-bush. Actually, Horo's going to be spotted since he did come up through that riverside. So let's watch bottom lane then. There is that one ward down, which Enrated should know about. They put it down right in front of his nose. So
yeah, they're actually
it's about if they get a grab here.
Yeah, they pinged a little bit, but still in the meantime, Soaz in the top lane got forced out because of Horo coming into lane, because of Mightily missing as he went around trying to look for red. And we might have just 3-man push on the spot lane, though the minion's very low. They shouldn't be able to take this tower. And in fact, they're taking a lot of damage as they're retreating.
Yeah, you and me doing a really fantastic job there. Just spamming out his auto attacks as much as he can. There's the second turret of the game going down in favor of SK Telecom in the top lane, which will bring us back to 16,000 to 14.3 Fnatic's advantage. See how well you and me can last hit underneath this tower then.
We're just watching to see if he hits them all.
Oh, meanwhile, we have got Diana once again going in on towards Xpeke, and you're not getting away from that one either. And that's the danger.
That's Diana, Joe.
Yeah, I still think that Diana is worthy of a ban every time on this patch.
Yeah, I mean, she's just so strong. She obviously got nerfed for Season 3 like we were talking about, but still.
Oh.
I think that actually might be bad for Sunny. We have Soaz though, waiting on the side.
Oh, Reaper getting totally baited into this one, but Diana is there mightily. Actually will have to flash away. There goes Ignite down onto Mightily. Can he survive it? He's got the pot running, but he will go down. There's a grab onto Horo, who instantly pops his ultimate and will run straight off with that one. And his Ghost, in fact, used there as well. So, pretty crazy stuff around this middle tower. That leaves us, again, tied on the kills at 2-2. Let's have a look where they are. Both on Lee Sin for Fnatic, both on Diana for SK Telecom. And for me, that's going to be favouring as the game goes on. You know, if you think about the game as an entirety, I'd say that Diana having the 2 kills is definitely the better situation to be in.
Yeah, completely. Not to mention, they shut down Zyra in the mid lane, which is a real huge factor in their damage that they're really going to need. And they'll mix in with the Mumu ultimate. It can be very hard to miss your own. You see in the bot lane, we do see you and me picking up his own red here, and should be able to push Reckless back if he needs to. He'll have more range with that W, and with the red buff obviously getting that slow, but still, so expected trying to come down towards that bot lane. Not going to be too successful. And we do see blue being donated over towards Miley. But yeah, Diana, I mean, once she hits level 7, can take on pretty much any AP mid and just destroy them, as we've been seeing this entire game. Athene's and Holy Grail done for Zyra, though. Going to be getting that extra magic resist and the cooldown, but we also have the Brutalizer done for Soaz. And he was already doing quite a bit of damage at the moment, but with that, he might even be able to jump on top of you and me and kill him just straight up at this point.
So, Dragon is up. Fnatic obviously did take the first one. And, well, they've got no timer here of SK Telecom, so Fnatic going to be taking that one away as well. And that will bring their gold lead
here
to
goes a beat boop, Joe.
3,000. Yeah. Enrated is basically going to be the bait here, as Diana could be in a lot of trouble. Zyra ultimate is going to go down. Mightily is popped from that one. And Reaper here so as just waiting to land that Q. Altun did manage to land the Q, but here comes Kog'Maw from the back. And we are seeing Enrated going very, very low. Can they finish up the kills? There's a great crescendo again. In comes Reaper from the top side. It's a double kill for Sona of all things. Reaper going a little bit too aggressive there, will go down. And can you believe it? A double kill for Sona.
Supports this entire tournament been doing so well, Joe. We actually saw a couple of games ago, an 80k was pretty much support that one. Oh my gosh. That was a great crescendo, though, coming out of Sona.
Yeah,
and the entire team reacted. I mean, you saw that. Once that crescendo went down, you saw them all jump on the enemy team and take them down one by one. And now, you know, Kog'Maw, he's able to push this turret here a little bit. I don't think they're actually going to take it down just yet. I was expecting with those plans to be able to keep minions off, but now we're zoning them quite a bit. Horo taking some damage. Oh, wow. That was really close.
Good flash, though, away to avoid that Soaz Q. And that will leave us, again, surprisingly enough, tied up at kills. 2 for Diana, 2 for Sona, the champ, and 4 on Lee Sin. So the spread not really coming down as either team would have probably wanted it, but at the end of the day, they are still kills.
Yep. And those 2 dragons, I mean, if you at least fed a little bit, you'd be able to control dragon a lot more, which they've already gotten 2. give an extra goal to the team. So we do have a BF Sword picked up for Caitlyn, a pickaxe on top of that, most likely going for that Infinity's Edge. The Phantom Nets are done for Kog'Maw, and he's moving very quickly, have a lot of damage, surprisingly. And we see the 2 GP10 on Horo done, building in towards that Aegis. Wouldn't be too surprised to see that Shirayla's coming out soon from him. On the other side of Mumu, sitting on 2/3 of that Aegis. And that's going to be very crucial because they need to protect Reckless or protect Xpeke mostly, as Miley's just been jumping on him every time. And Aegis is going to be one thing that's going to help them out.
Oh, here's Soaz again going in on towards Reaper. Does have that blue buff though. So could certainly have taken him down, Reaper knowing it as well. Decides to just jump straight away from that one. Kog'Maw with that Phantom Dancer now finished. He is ripping through these minion waves. 150 to 147 CS there. Middle lane, Zyra does have a 26-27 CS lead over Diana. And in the top lane, a 5 CS lead for Soaz on Lee Sin. As we are going to see him coming in here towards Horror. The grab not actually landing mightily. He's actually coming around the side now as well. Can they react before that tower goes down? Minion wave is gone, which will buy SK Telecom a little bit more time. Caitlyn's coming off from the side, and when she's there, that extra range could be pretty deadly for the tower.
Yeah, they're gonna have a nice bit of poke. However, the enemy team does have Sona, so any poke you do could be healed up. Yeah. And not to mention, trying to dive them on a turret with that crescendo is gonna be really hard to pull off. But Reckless, I mean, fnatic, they seem to love to let him split push, and by split push I mean just farm up a side lane, not really force a fight wherever the rest of the team is, and just wait for him to catch up or actually surpass the AD carry in items, which he should be getting decently close to that Infinity's Edge. And when that item's completed, I wouldn't be too surprised to see them go for a team fight. But Reaper returns towards that top lane, getting a little bit from as he comes back down towards the middle. And we do see a bot turret fall down, and we might even see this mid turret go down as it has a 900 health. No, Reaper gonna get spotted by that ward, and fnatic backing off instead.
Yeah, wise choice. Backing off on that, they know that they can't fight without Reckless. We've just done that outer turret in the bottom lane, as you said. That puts fnatic back in the tower lead. It's 4,200 gold, the lead that they have right now. Dragon comes up at 20 minutes, 31 seconds. There's still plenty of time for that. And now, SK Telecom, they need to get a timer down on this Dragon. I mean, they've not really warded it whatsoever, which kind of surprises me.
Yeah, not a lot of words.
It's not really so high on their priorities somehow.
Yeah, not a lot of words in general coming out of them just yet. I mean, we saw fnatic, as we were mentioning earlier, they saw 4 different players with wards, and one of them had 2, one of them had 3, kind of really trying to control the map and really kind of make up their mistakes they made in game number 1. But still, SK Telecom, they don't really need to be worried. They have 2 kills on Diana, 2 on Sona, which obviously can help with the GP10. Might even see another or an Oracle coming out soon from him, just with that extra gold income. But they have been able to defend this turret, Joe. And without Reckless there, obviously not going to be able to commit to it. But still, I mean, look what they're doing. They're just grouping up mid, just trying to hold that down, and letting Reckless farm his top lane now, as he's just going to surpass Kog'Maw by far in CS, as he does have Infinity's Edge now. And when he gets that Zeal, he's going to just really, well, pretty much out-damages Kog'Maw at that point.
Now, fnatic, again, going to set themselves up towards this middle turret. Let's see if they can finally take it down this time. No, there's a crescendo. Oh, he's missed this one. Done nothing but praise him about his crescendos. There's a pull out onto Reaper. He is going to get nuked down. Cyanide did take a lot of damage in the process, but I think they're going to be able to force him off this one. Yep, there we go. Nice play from fnatic. And it's all about that crescendo. They said go. The crescendo missed everyone, and fnatic taking their chances while they were given to them.
SK Telecom said go, and fnatic said no. Doesn't want to get hit by. That was cheesier than what you said earlier, Joe. But still, anyways, we did see...
That whole thing rhymed.
Yeah, I know. And so did that. Anyways, though, we saw Reaper actually got knocked up with the Zyra ultimate, then pulled away from N-Reddit, and a bandage toss came at the same time, though, kind of switched positions. In the end, they actually kept Amumu's ultimate up from that, so they still have that presence in this game if they want to back out, you know, buy a couple of items. You see a decent amount of gold. Zyra sitting on 1,400, Lee Sin 2,000, even Blitzcrank at 1,000 at the moment. So they have still a lot of presence at the moment. Zyra's ultimate will be up pretty shortly, actually, 17 seconds with that blue buff helping that out. And we do see the Oracle picked up for Cyanide, so let's see, they are going to go for control on some... Oh, that pull almost hit him.
Yeah, Caitlyn and Zyra were there. That would have been disastrous. And SK Telecom now finally making a play on towards Dragon as Reaper forced to jump into the Dragon pit there to the safety of his teammates. Are we going to see Seal coming down and Steel? Nope, not quite. Soaz here is going to get exhausted. They're going to try and get rid of him before everything else. There is Cyanide. Good ultimate coming down. They're all in Dragon pit. They can't get away from it. What you're going to do, a kick away from Soaz. That was brilliant play. Starlass is going to die as well. Olaf walks away with hardly any help, and now it's 4 kills coming down for fnatic. It leaves Soaz at 5-0-4. Zyra got 2 kills, Caitlyn got 1. Blitzcrank obviously wouldn't be a N rated on Blitzcrank if he's not stealing some kills away.
No, they're not going for
Baron.
They're not doing it, Joe.
Pretty sure they are, Jason.
They do have Zyra for the plants, but look how low Cyanide is at the moment. Well, it's obviously going to be very hard for them to take 21.5 minutes in. They have to trade a lot of damage around, as you're currently seeing. A lot of them moving in and out. But with Horo back in base, they should be able to get it.
This is really risky, in my opinion, though. They are going to be able to take it down. Not going to lose anyone in the process.
It's a big play, though. I mean, it's really risky, but on the other side, it gives you a huge advantage.
Yeah, a massive advantage. You can't underestimate that either. I mean, if we look now down at the goal, 2.5k on Zyra, 1900 on Caitlyn, 1900 on Blitzcrank. Soaz on Lee Sin, got the Phage, got the Brutalizer, got a BF sword in there now as well. There's a Zeal being picked up for Caitlyn. Aegis, second Aegis, in fact, on the Fnatic team there with Blitzcrank. So overall, that Baron giving him that extra spike in power after they can go home, take those items, not to mention the buff itself, which is going to make them a lot more powerful as they try and make some sort of advantage of it.
Yeah, now, last fight we saw at Dragon, I mean, they knew they had Amumu's ultimate up. Mumu knew he had his ultimate up, and with that, they were able to commit onto the fight. I guess SK Telecom thought they used it earlier on, or just really had to make a risky move onto that Dragon, but they are barreling down on this middle lane. And with the 5-0-4 Lee Sin, with the Baron buff on top of that, it's pretty scary to go up against. Not to mention Reckless has the Phoenix Edge and the Zeal done. Zyra going for a little bit more of a tanky build with that Rod of Aegis just to survive, and all they're really trying to do is protect Reckless at this moment. That's all they really have to do, though.
Yeah, that's the thing, that's all they have to do. He's doing enough damage with that Infinity Edge. Zeal, the second dagger already picked up. Next wave of minions coming in. Let's see if Fnatic can actually take out the turret. Just been destroyed there. There's no way that they can try and hold on to that.
Here's a crucial point. If Enready can get a pull over this wall, they will secure that inhibitor turret. They do have Cyanide's ultimate up, as well as Soaz and Xpec is. And what besides...
Oh, there it is.
Reaper
gonna get pulled out, gets caught in midair. Actually manages somehow to get away from that one. Starlass won't be so lucky, though. And the funny thing is, they still have a Mumu's ultimate as well.
Yeah.
If they decide to go even further into that one, they've got a big wave of minions pushing the bomb, but they are going to go in. Here comes the Amumu ultimate. Actually, Olaf popped his ulti to stop himself going down, but Mightily now going to be the next target. He will dash away, but it's only a matter of time until he dies from that. And here is the Nexus, wow, the inhibitor turret going down, and there is a surrender vote coming out from SK Telecom. So Fnatic picking up game number 2 here, 12-4. Sigh of relief. They did it earlier on, 1 game behind, came back to win 2-1. We're now tied in this grand final at 1-1, and well, they have a chance to win it all right here in this final map.
Yes, they do. I mean, again, we're talking about Soaz and how he had all the kills on for Lee Sin. When ended up 6-0-6. Didn't really matter how many kills he had because they still won that anyways. But Fnatic definitely looking very happy right now, especially after that first game, because it kind of turned into a stomp against them. Able to bring this game back for them, getting a stomp. And I do see them talking a little bit, as Reckless looking pretty happy right there on the left side of your screen. And Cyanide, and well, Enrada looking pretty happy himself. All you can really see is the top of his head, but you know he's got to feel good with the pulls that he landed.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. He didn't hit as much as we've seen him from him before, but to be honest, he's hit the crucial ones, and that's really all you need to land at the end of the day. Even at level 1, when he missed that one, probably thinking, oh, that was a chance to get first blood. Luckily for him, his teammates were there behind him to land all their CC in there as well. So yeah, a pretty one-sided game, 24 minutes. Like I said, 12-4 in the end. Fnatic getting that Baron off a good fight. And they have got to be in the driving seat now in terms of this best of 3, because yes, they lost game number 1, but they talked about that. They've come back here, they've pretty much stomped on SK Telecom, who even themselves, I guess in their mind's like, guys, let's just surrender. We're never going to win this one. Let's just move on to this next game and put it all in onto that one. All the energy that we've got left after a long day, to be honest with you, of games. Although I'd say SK Telecom's day was a little bit shorter since they kind of walked through MYM a little bit quicker than was expected. But we're going to be going through, throwing over to the expert desk. They're going to break down game number 2, and we'll be back in a little while for the third and final game.
Yes, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to get a game 3. Yeah, that's what you all wanted at home. Fnatic there, showing their true spirit and coming back to it. We're going to get straight to the replays. Let's get things underway without further ado. 12:50 was where it was, and it was Soaz kicking Diana and
at
igniting.
this moment, no one saw that the kick on Reaper hits on Diana, damage Diana, and then he ignite her and kill her. It was an amazing kick on Reaper to hit Diana and damage her as well. It was impressively played by Soaz that pretty much carried this game.
Let me remind everybody who didn't notice, Dragon's Rage actually does also do damage to all other champions that are hit by the first champions you kick. That is pretty cool.
It is.
So 1935 was the next one, and the grab party begins once again. It's N-rated in action.
The usual from N-rated, of course. Gonna forward a little bit. Okay.
And here we come. That's a grab party. I think it's the first time on Reaper. It's always on Reaper, right?
It is on Reaper, yeah. All the grabs are on Reaper.
3 or 4 times.
Perfect.
He was deleted in 1 second. It was amazing grab and amazing kill from Fnatic. The next one is 2040.
At that point, he'd already evolved his jump, and he could have got a jump away, but he was just, everything was so quick.
Got knocked up fast.
Yeah, knocked up. Immediately silenced, immediately kicked. The ulti kicked, I think, as well by Lee Sin, so completely dominated.
All of that, of course, got kicked off by Sona, barely missing the crescendo. The first crescendo miss we actually saw from Starlight, but it was the quick reaction time on Fnatic. So, oh, they're coming for us. Let's make a room for the crescendo so it doesn't hit anyone. Perfectly played there.
And the next one was, of course, 2040 was the Drake. They fought at the Dragon. SK Telecom got the Dragon, but unfortunately, they were completely pinned, and that Zyra ultimate started things off.
So we have SK Telecom coming all to the Drake, and they got a bit on the deep. I mean, they went all to the Drake. There were no way they could survive this. But still, they got the Drake because they knew Amumu wasn't here, but Amumu was coming here. And when he jumped in, he ultimate 4 of them. Even the Kog'Maw could cleanse it still. And it was perfectly Soaz ultimate to survive. Because he survived really, really low HP after the ignite. And was 4 kills for Fnatic. And 0 for SK Telecom, only the Drake for them.
Let me just show the kick again. Just the angle on that kick. Just watch. We're going to watch this from Reaper's locked-in perspective. Just look at the angle of Soaz's kick, how perfectly placed it is. Boom. You go back into the Dragon Pit. No way out at all.
Was beautiful play.
And of course, that turned it from a 5-4 to a 9-4. And that's a big, big difference in the gold straight away. It turned things massively in their favor. Finally, at 23-20, it's all about the grabs once again. N-rated showing, really, he should have probably been in that MVP vote.
He probably should be.
I guess after today, he should be the MVP, not only on the MVP vote.
And guess who gets it again? That's right, our friendly neighborhood Bug.
So it was a push with the Naso, and he got the grab on Kha'Zix again. And Sona tried to save him, but it wasn't enough. And now it's coming the dive with the Mew Mew ultimate. We're gonna see a dive, a Bandits, and a dive from a Mew Mew right after. And 2 kills from, it was 2 kills or 3 kills for Fnatic, only 2 kills. Now Diana as well, he had to jump on a minion to try to survive, but it still wasn't enough. And this was probably the game over for SK Telecom. 10k ahead, GG well played, and surrender.
5-0 as well, very good team coordination there in the surrender vote. Don't always get that.
I mean, well, to be fair, it's the Korean teams. The GGs get called in StarCraft all the time. So, you know, it's only fair that they start doing it. I never understood why sometimes games do get dragged out when it's clearly over. But then again, CLG have proven to be against the opposition. And, you know, you can drag them games out and win them.
Absolutely.
On the rare occasion, like 1 in 100. So, it is all square, 1-1. We are going to have a commercial break, and Game 3 will be coming up shortly, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Intel Extreme Masters here in Cologne. Who will take the final? One last game to go.